Well, hello, Space Engineers. Welcome back. I am still here, actually fairly close to where you left me. I haven't done anything with that, other than I found the remote and got it taken care of, but I haven't really done a whole lot. Last time we went out and we grabbed that. That's a Donzilla. Still a lot of processing to do. There's an entire oxygen tank that I don't need much of. I might suck some of the energy off those batteries. Have a functional, at least, one of those that, honestly, I don't know if I'll ever use one of those. Maybe. We'll have to see. I'd have to find plumbing for all of it somewhere. But we got a few more ions. There's a custom turret controller in there. I think there's a med kit or survival kit in here somewhere. So there's a few different things we can use. There's more gyroscopes. I'll probably need more gyroscopes. In fact, I should probably think about placing gyroscopes before we get too far on an outside shape. But I can get ideas generated here at first, which is kind of what I've been work on a little bit here. Is I kind of need to get a general idea of my shape set up and more storage. I think I'll put a hydrogen tank on the back side of this, extending out this way. And I've got room. I could probably stick another one over here if I wanted. But I don't know if I'll do that or not. I mean, one hydrogen tank, if I'm going mostly ion, will be just fine. This thing's not going to be fast. But I think that'll be okay. We'll see. I might get it together and find out I've got nowhere near enough thrust and want to add a bunch of hydrogen. But I need to figure out some kind of outside shape. And for now, this is kind of this part of the hangar, kind of an idea of how big it is, the size of it. So I'll be extending out kind of to there. So kind of extend this out here just to give a kind of a rough shape. That's kind of how big it needs to be able to get this thing in this side. And I'll have this side, I'll figure it out for this side, and I'll make this side match. So this thing's not going to take up a whole lot of room. But that gives me a general idea. I can even go as far as coming up to here. So I can even do something like that. And that gives me a little space here for something. You can almost fit another hydrogen tank in there if it was lined up a little better. But I was wanting to get some general ideas here of what this needs to simply fit in. And we're going to go from there. I'll kind of use this area right here as something to start with. And how sharp do I want to go down at first is the big question. So I don't want to start out immediately going a little sharper like that, or let me get this set up here. No. That. Do want to start out with more of a 45 coming down. Well, guess technically I've kind of got that there and that there. So if we do that, then I can put something in here temporarily to hold it while I come in. No. Here. And I'll replace that with one of those. So something kind of like that. Let me extend this out to over here. So if we've got that, that does kind of match with up there. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and put one of those there. So if I keep going with that, where does that meet? Nope, that's not it. And I'm still switching to the other toolbar. Guess old habits die hard. Yeah, let me continue with this shape out and see where this eventually meets, see how big this ends up being. Well, I can't see anything from that angle. So that's something like that. That ends up putting these two actually kind of high. But I can move those. I can actually move them out to somewhere closer to here.
Energy low.
Whoops. Take care of that. And everything on here is on recharge. Kind of disconnect from the rest of it. I don't want to just turn power on here because they'll suck everything dry. These batteries are not charged. Some of them are rather flat. But I want to move some stuff over before I get my solar panels figured out and hooked on. So now that we've got that, boy, it disappears over there in that black. I'm trying to think, how do I want to shape this coming back? Do I want to leave it at this shape? I'd like to narrow it down some, but with my hanger back here, I really can't do that. So it may end up just going back in that shape. Let me extend this out. Actually just kind of get rid of this here for now. And let's move this out also. Just to give me some reference points here. That won't do me any good. So I've got that. Do I have anything that's going to fit that? Or do I need to go? Probably need to go. There. See, it's going back a little sharper than what I was wanting. Do we have anything that's not a 45? That kind of works. So we put that there. Okay, this is going to take some figuring out. Trying to figure out what all I've got. Okay, I need that, but the other side. So that. No, that's not it. Yeah, that's not really finding anything that lines up with that real well. So, that might have to go. Might have to go back to the one that I can do a little easier, maybe. Because I don't want to just go straight back with that shape, not there. Give me some time to figure some things out, and I'll be back. Welcome back, and I think I've got myself a layout for now that I can live with. It'd be nice if I'd be a bit smoother, but it's kind of the way Space Engineers is, and I'll be honest, I'm not the best design person anyways. But that will be kind of this towards the back end. And this will kind of be the shape I've got there. In front of this, I'll probably just keep this shape here going straight for a little ways before starting to taper back down into a point also. But that's kind of the shape I'm wanting to go with. My ion engine is going to go into here, into this spot. I'll probably turn it 90 from what I've got it there, then set it in there because it's only 2 blocks here where I kind of want even symmetry, so 3 up. I need to get a hydrogen tank in here before I get too closed up. But that down there is another Donzilla, like the one I've got up there. And it's got some ammunition I'd like to have, and it also has a custom turret controller that might be nice to have. So, I think I'm going to go try to capture that real quick. Put some stuff away. See how bad a job I can do of that. Let's release on. Let's see, I need to go this way to get out of here. And let's see if we can't go after this thing. Carefully go after this thing. Do not get too close because it's got some rather heavy armament on it. See, okay, there's that. So I kind of want to get over on this side of it. Let's kind of get out of that. It's kind of heading for the planet, so I don't want to let it go too far. I can get a little closer. But I want to get on the side away from that big cannon. Why'd I lose all my power? What's up with my batteries? I'm only down to one battery. That might be a bit of a problem. Apparently, I've been sucking these batteries dry. So that'll make this capture a bit more interesting because I don't have the power. Okay, I can see that big one. Do we have any others? From, whoops, back here, I don't see any others. See if I can't slowly get into range here. See if anything shoots at me. I know that's not the proper way to do things, but I don't have much battery power left in this thing. I may just have to go limp home and let this one fly away. I might have to take care of my power problems sooner rather than later. Well, that's within 700, nothing shooting at me. Oh, just captured one of these, but I forget where all the guns are at. Okay, that's within 500 and nothing's shooting at me. I may have to suck this thing dry just to move it. And yes, I see that there's another ship over there, but it's not bothering me or doing anything, so I'm going to leave it alone. See if I can't get in here, get this thing captured. They might have to do some shenanigans to get hooked up to some power off this thing to get it to move back. Anything there I can lock onto? There we go, now we're locked. First off, let's see if I can't find very carefully and get rid of this thing. Eventually get rid of this thing.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
There. Now I'm more comfortable with that thing. And now, where is that remote control? It's back in here. So we've got that turned off. Now, I need a way to connect to this thing. Are there any connectors on this thing? There's no connectors on this thing. How hard is this thing to move? Oh, that's still fighting me still. Gonna have to get rid of a few of these. Or grind them down past functional at least. Okay, I don't see that. Okay, I think those may have been the only two. And maybe temporarily turn off some of these. I'm not getting full power anyways, so having those on aren't doing me any good. I still hear my hydrogen engine running, or yeah, hydrogen generator running. So let's see if we can't get this thing safely back. Here, let's use these keyboard instead. When you've got bigger loads, I simply find myself using the keyboard to move the gyros around using the arrow keys. I seem to have better control. Maybe it's just me, and I do think you have a little more authority. But I seem to be able to straighten and level things out a little easier that way. But maybe that's just me. Get up some speed. Once I get back to base, I can get the batteries on this thing charged back up. And it looks like this might take a while to get back home. So let me work on doing that, because that's the I've just got something still slowing me down. I'll go find out what's slowing me down, and I'll get this thing back in, and I'll be back once we're home. You know, they really need to work on their security if I manage to at least get some kind of access to their network through their bathroom. I mean, okay, I can't do anything, but I can still see in. But there's a bunch of stuff there. Just like the other one, I need to go through all that. There's some incomplete ions, some more gyroscopes. There's a gravity generator that I need to go find and turn off if I can. There is a hydrogen tank that looks like it's full. Of course, some batteries. It's just like the other one. Yeah, I don't know where that gravity gen is. But it's got one somewhere. It's got a programmable block, and it's got this. Both of those are kind of worth having. For me, at least. And now I've got 2 sets of all of that, as well as ammunition from the big gun over there. I'm going to leave this thing kind of attached over here. It's got lots of hydrogen, or excuse me, I should say lots of ice on it. So it's going to be able to sit here and recharge itself for a bit. Let's see, I turned that into a station, so it's not going to go anywhere if I just do that. And that will sit there and charge. Was it going to say how fast? 3 hours. So to fully charge in 3 hours, but we might be doing some other stuff with it here in a little bit. What's that? Cyclops. I'll leave it. But seeing as how we've got some power issues, maybe we need to be working on that next. And I think we need to be adding... What all do I have on me? I think we need to be adding a hydrogen tank onto here. And when I do that, this is all plumbed up. I should be able to turn on these 2 engines and start charging these batteries. That way they don't suck everything out of whatever I've got hooked up to it at the moment. So I do think that is where we need to start. Let's see, that's still got battery power. Let's see if we can't go find a hydrogen tank. We've got a couple of full ones right here. How hard is it to remove these? This one's already kind of here. Okay, as that hydrogen engine is attached, I kind of want to leave it in place if I can. That's an ion thruster, or was an ion thruster. That's right, I'm leaving that broken down. Let's break both of those down. But that hydrogen engine is attached through all of that. Then this tank can be freed up from all of this. Let's see, is this tank? It needs a bunch of steel plate. Well, I'll be getting a bunch of steel plate here. Now that I've got all the steel plate in it, now I can hack it. So now I need to get something over here, attach onto that. I'm going to leave, once again, I'm going to leave this alone. Check the ice. Yeah, still got plenty. So let me go grab this other one. Going to need a couple of those. And let's see if this can't move it safely. Ooh, I don't have much hydrogen in this. Do I have any ice? I do have some ice, so let's go with that. Actually, let's cut that off for now. It says 9 hours like that, so whoops. So I'll be good. Let's see if we can't go over here and grab some hydrogen off this thing. And since this one's full, once I get this thing hooked up, I can turn those engines on, and I've got this full one. Those two over there are almost full. I've got that one's full. I've got lots of hydrogen just sitting around. I can start draining some of these out and getting to the point where I can have those batteries charged. But let's see if I can do this without blowing myself up. It says we are detached. Make sure, yep, we convert to ship. It may be a little big for this thing. Oh no, it's moving it easy enough. Let's say that. What did we get caught on? I see it. And we are loose. So now, we get this thing turned around and headed over there. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of power. And see if we can't get this thing plugged in here. Get ourselves rotated around here. Very slowly. Sorry for those of you that get dizzy easily. I think external camera view here is going to be a little easier. Oh, I'm sideways to it. So I'm going to be coming in like this. Let me get out and put my weld pads on. And very carefully, try to get this lined up. And there we go. I should now be able to see that these things have any hydrogen in them. That one does not. I may have ran these dry earlier. Yes, I ran those dry. Which one of these batteries has something worthwhile in it? Let me go ahead and turn these on. Along with the... Well, no, I don't need those 2 gens because I've got that tank. See, the tank's not on stockpile or anything crazy like that, is it? Nope. Let's see, now let's get one of these that's just barely got enough. So now those are going. They're full. Put you back on recharge. That says 5 hours. That says 1 hour. So kind of 5 hours. I'll have that all recharged. So that'll stop sucking my power dry. And that is... It's going down, but not that bad. But what I can use those custom turret controllers for is I can use those for solar panels. I can use them for solar tracking. Or there's also programmable blocks in both of those, so I can just use ISIs. I might use ISIs because it works more reliably. Though I have had good luck with the solar tracking on the turret controllers in the past. But I can use them to make some custom turrets also, if I need to. But I've kind of got myself a shape started here. I can set the smaller ions in a row in along here. Somewhere up in here I can put the other set of... I've got 2 more large ion thrusters on that one up there that I can harvest. So I can use those for forward and reverse for now at least. I think those will be enough. Maybe not. But I'll have plenty of room for living quarters up here. And then I'll have a bridge section. But there's going to be a lot of empty space in this. Mainly because I'm trying to make a shape that looks good. If I wanted to minimize space, I'd have a brick. But I'm trying not to make a brick this time. But I think I have taken enough time on this for today. I think I'm going to park my ships back on this, then call it for now. And I want to say thank you for watching, and hope to see you around.